Shalom. This is Calvin Israel, back with another video lesson, giving all praises, honor, power, glory, dominion, majesty, reverence, blessings, worship, love, and admiration to the Most High, Yahweh, and Yahweh only. Double honors, triple honors to Yahweh and Yahweh only. No Bahashem. Understand that. All right. Now, today's video lesson is titled Whites Fear Blacks Waking Up to the Truth. Because whites fear blacks waking up to the truth. The real truth, the full truth that the blacks, the so-called Negroes, so-called African Americans are the only real, authentic bloodline Israelites, and that your God is Yahweh, the God of the so-called Old Testament. It's originally called the Tanakh. The white man kidnapped our scriptures back in 70 CE and added their writings, the New Testament that is originally written in Greek. They added their writings to our writings, the Tanakh, and named our writings Old Testament and their writings New Testament. So it's a psychological warfare as soon as you open up the Bible. Okay, they put our book with their book and named it the Holy Bible. And you got people out here that don't know that. And it may be just simple common sense to some of us, but it's not so complex. It's not so simple to other people. They believe that it's one book, even though it has dividers in there separating the book, saying Old Testament and New Testament. Okay, you have to get this history. You have to get this truth. Okay, and they did this, put their writings with our writings to override our writings. And once you are reading the New Testament, you see it's a lot of talk about the law. And it actually says in the New Testament that what they call the Old Testament, the Tanakh, is done away with. All right. And we brought that out. So subscribe to the channel, press that like button, and share these videos so this real truth, this full truth can get out there. All right. I'm going to tell the real truth. I'm not like these camps that's trying to cater to an audience and trying to cater to multiple nations and bring multiple nations under one nation. All right. That can easily be done. The scripture says a gift destroys the heart. All right. Now, when you got all of these other nations like Native American Indians, not really them, because they really are not buying the lies that the camps are saying that they are the tribe of Gad. But, our deceived Latino brothers, Hispanics, they're buying into it. And a gift destroyeth the heart, man. And these preachers, these camp teachers, these camp leaders, they are not going to come out and repent because a gift destroyeth the heart. All of these donations coming from these people, man, it make it really hard to tell the truth, man. All right. Even if you came in this thing not knowing the truth, but then again, as we go, as we grow, we get wiser and we get more understanding. But They'll never bring this out to you because a gift destroys the heart, man. And I'll be lying if I said that I wasn't tempted by it, man, because, I got some Latino brothers and sisters that's donating to me, right? But I gotta tell the truth, man. And I'm not saying that they are going into captivity, and I'm not saying that our Latino brothers and sisters, I'm not saying that, they don't have a chance at the kingdom and a chance at paradise, man. Serve the Most High only, serve Yahweh only, and keep the commandments, all right? I believe that they are Japhet. And the scripture says that Japhet will be enlarged in Shem, all right? So get this understanding, all right? But it's not really about them, it's about us, man. These scriptures is about us. The Old Testament is about us, the Negroes, the so-called blacks, all right? So-called African Americans, all right? The children, the descendants of those that were spread across the nations in the transatlantic slave trade. The scriptures are about us. We are the Israelites, all right? Even the New Testament, the knockoff spinoff, even though it's plagiarism, a carbon copy, right? It's still about us too. It's just not by us. It's about us, but it's not written by us. It's originally written in Greek. Our scriptures, we are the Hebrews. Our people write in Hebrew. So the Old Testament, the Tanakh, is originally written in Hebrew. All right? So we should not be observing those lying vanities in the New Testament. We are the only people on the planet that will do something like that, that will observe writings from another nation concerning our nation, all right, and think that is by us, all right? You won't see Americans, following a constitution that is written in Chinese. Only black people do that. So-called black people. We're the only people that do that because we are so used to coexisting with this white man, right? We don't find it odd or strange that these New Testament writings are originally written in his language, Greek. But we are the Hebrews serving the Hebrew God, and he only deals with Israel. And it's right here. He only deals with Israel. Amos 3:1. Hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. All right. So he says that the Israelites, hear this word. All right. The Israelites is the only people that Yahweh knows as far as dealing with very closely, as far as loving, dealing with us personally. Of course, he knows the other nations, but it means love and deal with very personally and closely. Okay? He's their creator, but he's our God. All right? So we don't have the liberty to just mess up and our judgment don't come so speedily. All right? These heathens, they can do wicked and they can spread evil and prosper. We try to do that, we're going to get 1,000 lashes. All right? We can't do that. He says because he loves us and he deals with us very personally. All right? Because he entrusted us and chose us to be his chosen people to teach the rest of the world righteousness, not to follow along in their wickedness. Okay? That's why we're the chosen people, to be the priests of the world. All right? Not the damn Pope. He's doing a poor job at it anyway. Right? All they do is just say the laws is done away with. You know, damn heathen from another nation can't be the priest of Israel, man, and the priest of the Most High, man. All right. Joel 2:27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahweh, your God, and none else. So he's only our God, nobody else's. Okay? So-called black man, so-called black woman, here's your God, Yahweh. He's only our God. Take off that Buddha chain. Take off those little rock medallions that you think giving you energy. Take off that 6-pointed star. That's not the Star of David. That's the Star of Moloch. That's the Star of witchcraft. Take that off. Take off that pagan Christian cross, JC, idol shy. That idol of the New Testament is not your God. Yahweh is your God only. And you are his people only. All right? You only have I known of all the families of the earth. So that's why it's Yahweh only, because to Yahweh it's Israel only. Understand that. All right? Now, let's go to Deuteronomy 7:6. For you are an holy people unto Yahweh your God. Yahweh your God has chosen you to be a special people unto himself. Okay? Unto himself. You and I must serve Yahweh only, the Most High only. All right? To be a special people unto himself, not unto his son, not unto him through his son, unto himself. Okay? And the Most High does not change. All right, Malachi 3:6. The Most High does not change. All right, but let's go to 1 Kings 9:6. And let's see what happened. All right? Let's see what happened. Because the typical mind would think if you're God's chosen people, you're supposed to be blessed and on top and full of riches in your nation. How are we God's chosen people when we are at the very bottom? All right? We're going to get off into that. All right? We're finna get off into this information that's in the so-called Old Testament. All right? The white man named it the Old Testament and named his writings the New Testament because whatever is old is irrelevant to what is new. They don't want you to read the Old Testament. All right? They don't want you to read this Tanakh. Why? Because of the information that's in it. Okay? This is very potent information. But if you shall at all turn from following me, here's the warning. And he says this during a time when we were kings, when we had rulership in the world. We were in our glory. We were in our golden era. And he's saying this. Here's the warning. But if ye shall at all turn from following me, you or your children, and will not keep my commandments and my statutes, which I have set before you, but go and serve other gods and worship them, then will I cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them, and this house which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight, and Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among all people. And that's what we became because we broke his commandments. Okay? We became a proverb. Porsche monkeys, niggas. All right? And at this house, which is high, every one that passes by, it shall be astonished, and shall hiss, and they shall say, why has Yahweh done this unto this land and to this house? So he allowed his temple that is still knocked down to this day. He allowed his temple to be knocked down, right? Because the Israelites built this temple to honor Yahweh and then turned away from Yahweh. So you don't care about that temple, man. Our God is not a temple, man. Our God is not some damn black rock like in Islam, man. All right? We got the real one and only true living God, Yahweh, man. All right? And his temple is on the second earth. His real temple, that's his real dwellings, is in the heavens of heavens. All right? So when we go to Judith, and we go to Judith 5, and we're going to start at verse 17. All right? We're going to see that the other nations also know how Yahweh our God deals with us, and they use it against us, right? And while they sinned not before their God, they prospered. Okay, now here's the context. All right, we have two nations here that are talking amongst each other. All right, they're having crafty counsel. All right, they're talking amongst each other. And one nation is telling the other nation how our God deals with us. All right. And it says, and while they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hates iniquity was with them. Hates iniquity, gross sin. All right. So when we don't sin, we prosper. So we need to encourage our people in our nation to not sin so we can prosper and get up out of this captivity, come up out of exile and go back to our own land, because Yahweh will bring us up out of this mess. All right. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives, into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. All right. So the first temple, all right, was cast down. And then we built another one, and then that one was cast down. But this one is talking about the first one. But now are they returned to their God and are come up from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. And now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. All right. So this is why they conduct crafty counsel to keep us in sin. All right. With their witchcraft media, right? Promoting us as only gangsters and thugs, and through their mainstream platforms, pushing this gangster rap music. This gangster rap music, was invented by us, due to the fact that we were destroyed and corrupted and oppressed, right? But this rap music could be completely underground, right? Like, to where barely anyone hears it, right? And it has little to no effect and no influence on anyone. And they could be promoting righteous music, lifting our people up, conscious rap, but they don't do that. The rap that they promote majority of the time is gangster rap. All on the radio, right? And over sexualizing our women and exploiting our women, and, hiding pork and everything. This is what they do to keep us in sin. Pork in marshmallows, pork in the candy, get you while you young, pork in the cereal, pork in everything, pork in certain pills. I mean, they're not even playing fair at this point. You know what I'm saying? Pork in your toothpaste, everything, man. It's wild, man. All right, look. Keep not thou silent, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, your enemies make a tumult, and they that hate you have lifted up the head. So the enemies of God is the enemies of the Israelites. The enemies of the Israelites are also the enemies of our God. They have taken crafty counsel against your people and consulted against your hidden ones, right? That crafty counsel. Isn't that what we just read in Judith? Right. They have taken crafty counsel against your people and consulted against your hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And what is the craftiest? What is the craftiest device that they came up with to cut us off from being a nation, to destroy us, and to lead us into sin? And the most gross sin, the main sin that Yahweh hates, They created the New Testament with the invisible idol, Jesus. Okay? I'm going to say the name, even though we're not really supposed to be saying it, but for teaching purposes, because it may be some people, that are beginners and coming into this just learning. All right? Right? For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against you. These people are against us and they are against our God, right? And now it's going to list the nations, the tabernacles of Edom. That's the white man. You see how they named the white man first, all right? Edom. That's what the scriptures calls the so-called white race. Esau, Edom, the Edomites. And the Ishmaelites, those are the Arabs. Of Moab, those are the Chinese. And the Hagarenes, those are an African tribe. All right. So all the nations are confederate against us. All right. And it goes to list more nations, but they are confederate against us and they want to cut us off from being a nation. They want to keep us on the bottom, because when we're at the bottom, then they can have fun in their sin, right? They can be on the top. And this is what it's all about, man. This is what it's all about, man. It's all about us. And if we do right, things will change. Things will shift. It's all about if we do right or not. All right? If we do right, we on the top. If we do wrong, as a nation, collectively, we're at the bottom. All right? For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. So-called black people are very stiff-necked, man. All right? It's hard to teach them something, and they do not believe you unless the white man says it first. Because our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, and we suffer from Stockholm syndrome. All right? But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. That's what's happening now. That's what happened to me. That's what's happening to you. That's what happened to her. That's what happened to him. That's what's happening to our black brothers and sisters, man. That's what's happening. We're waking up in the land of our captivity. We are the descendants of slaves, and we're waking up to know who we truly are. We are remembering ourselves. All right? And shall know that I am the Lord their God. For I will give them an heart and ears to hear. All right? So the remnant is coming back. The remnant will know that Yahweh is our God. And the remnant of Israel, this small percentage of Israelites, will serve Yahweh only. All right? So he's dealing with the remnant now. All right? And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity. That's what we're doing right now. And think upon my name. That's what we're doing. This is all prophecy fulfilled right now in this day and age. We are thinking upon his name. His real name, his true name is Yahweh. But some people is saying Ahia, some people is saying Yahuwah, some people is saying Yahweh, but we are directing this name to these writings found in the Old Testament. All right? Whatever it may be. All right? But the remnant will come back and serve Yahweh only. He tells you that. He tells you what the remnant will do. Not no JC in the New Testament, not speaking in the name, or by Hashem, idol Shire, none of that. Isaiah 10:21, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. No. Unto JC. Unto the mighty God. No. Unto idol Shai. Unto the mighty God. All right? That's Yahweh. All right? Look. Let's go to Deuteronomy 1. Let's go to Deuteronomy 1. Because this is what they fear. This is what white people fear, the other nations fears, the Arabs fear. They fear this. They fear us knowing who we really are, who we truly are. They fear us knowing who our God is, and they fear us worshiping and serving our God, Yahweh and Yahweh only. Why? Because when we worship and serve Yahweh only and keep these commandments, they lose their rulership. They lose their power. They become our servants. So they do everything that they possibly can in the United Nations, all right, to try to keep us on the bottom, the very, very bottom, all right? They are even trying to alter our DNA right now with these vaccines and all of that, man, so that they don't even have to come up with any more crafty counsel, any more schemes. They don't have to play with the food. They don't have to do so much of this propaganda and this mind control programming on television and all of this advertising, the destruction of our people and the poisoning of our minds, okay? We will just breed fucking nothing, right? We'll just breed retards, complete, like, mind altered damn retards, man. Right? Just completely destroyed human beings. Or we won't breed at all. Operation Depopulation. All right? Deuteronomy 1:1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness. So listen, the very first chapter, in the very first book, in the very first chapter, in the very first verse of Deuteronomy, Moses is addressing the Israelites. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel, not unto all the world. The white man kidnapped our book and pushed a false doctrine. He pushed universalism, tried to make our book a universal book, but this is not a universal book. All right? This book is our book, our history book, and our law book. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness. Okay? So this is about the Israelites, all right? So now we're going to go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. And it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not listen unto the voice of Yahweh your God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. All right. So Deuteronomy 28, verse 1 through 14 was about the blessings that will come upon our people Israel if we just keep the commandments. Now 15, verse 15 in chapter 28 through 68 is talking about the curses our people will receive if we do not keep our end of the covenant and keep the commandments. All right. Now we go to Deuteronomy 28. Now we're not going to go through all the curses just for the sake of time, but we're going to grab a few. We're going to grab a lot, right? And just let our people know that, these curses are upon our people. We fit these curses. These curses mirror us. We live these curses in our reality every day, collectively as a people. The Negro, our people, fit all of these curses, all right? Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you and shall pursue you and overtake you till you be destroyed, because you hearkenest not. You didn't listen. You listen not unto the voice of Yahweh your God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he command you. And they, these curses, shall be upon you for a sign and for a wonder, and upon your seed forever. All right, so this is how we woke up to know that we are the Israelites, because these curses are a sign, man. You don't see Native American Indian Lives Matter movement, man. You don't see a Mexican Lives Matter movement, man. They got reserves, they got their own land, they got a little piece of something. The Negroes don't have nothing. All right? And everybody knows that, man. A lot of people will try to steal our heritage, but they don't really live these curses, man. If this was like the 1800s, 1700s, man, and we said that we were Israelites, what we were going through, they would not want to share in that. They definitely wouldn't want to share in that. They'd say, no, man, we're Native American Indians, man. No. We're Mexicans, man. We're not Negroes, because we were getting lynched, right? Even after slavery, and it's documented. We are getting lynched like 100 times more than any other people. All right. And if people really want to be honest, man, they already know, man. They already know. We go to Deuteronomy 16. All right. Deuteronomy 28, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. So that's us. We in the ghettos, we in the projects, right? That's our people. We in the ghettos the most. We the majority. All right. We cursed in the field. We was picking cotton. Where's the picture of the Native American Indian side by side with the Negro picking cotton in the field if they are the Israelites? It don't exist. All right. They had us as slaves. The Native American Indians had us as slaves. They are not Israelites. That's not prophecy. All right. It says that we was oppressed together, not they were with our oppressors oppressing us, right? While they were being oppressed, they were oppressing us. It don't say anything like that. All right. Deuteronomy 28. Man, Deuteronomy 28, man. Deuteronomy 28, and let's go to 41. You shall beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. So our family got split up, right? These Mexicans that was at the border during Trump's administration, they family got split up even though they did not go into captivity. But now Biden is giving them reparations and giving them about $500,000 per family member that was separated from their family. All right, where's our reparations at? Huh? Where's our reparation? We don't get it because we are the Israelites. We get our reparations in blood. When Yahweh comes, when we assemble ourselves together, you know, Yahweh's going to pay us in liquid, man. We're getting paid in blood. And we're going to take everything. We're going to have the biggest reparation payout that this world has ever seen when Yahweh comes. All right? We need to turn back to our God and serve him only. All right? And it also says in verse 32 that we will have no might in our hand when this happens, when they take our children from us, man. All right. Now let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 54. All right. So if you know a little something about history, man, you know that these curses talks about our slavery mainly here in America. All right. You know, of course, it talks about other times when we were in our land over there in 70 CE when the Romans came in and besieged us and, you know, starved us out when Titus Flavian built a wall around the city of David, you know, cutting off the water and food supplies and stuff like that. You know, it speaks about that too, but mainly it speaks about our captivity here in America. All right. Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother. All right. Bloods and Crips. All right. We wasn't like that, man. We wasn't like that. You know, black on black crime. You know, just to be honest, you know, Mexicans are not really like that. Mexicans, they can live together. It can be like 8 of them, 10 of them in a 2-bedroom, right? And they will get along and they'll be comfortable and like A couple months later, they'll build on to that house. You know, they all got new cars outside. A few months later, after that, they done bought the whole block. All right? That's how they get down. You know, their eye is not evil towards each other. Yeah, they got them gangs, Northaniels and Serranos, you know, but, you know, they just copied off of Bloods and Crips what the so-called blacks was doing. All right? And they all copy us, you know, because we are the trendsetters and we really are the leaders of this world. The kings and the priests, the princes and princesses of this world. All right? And they all copy us through hip hop and stuff like that. You know, they want to be the wicked us, or, you know, if they are somewhat righteous, they want to be the righteous us and say that they're Israelites. All right? But that's really not their doings. It was our people that told them falsely that they were Israelites. All right? But yeah, they don't fit these curses, right? So his eye shall be evil towards his brother and towards the wife of his bosom. All right? So, yeah, man, that's real. You know what's up. You know. So his eye shall be evil towards his brother and toward the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. All right? So the statistics is there. Black people have the highest single mother households in the country. All right? All around the world, right? Because of this curse. And we have toxic relationships. We have the highest domestic violence. You know, we have the highest domestic violence crimes in our community because of this curse. I being evil towards the wife, right? And not just the eye being evil towards the wife, but what does it say right here in verse 56? The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom. Right? So toxic. And our women love toxicity. They love that. Right? Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom and toward her son and toward her daughter. All right, so that's what we see in these ghettos and in our communities. All right. Our women love toxicity, man. They thrive off of it. It's sexy to them. You know, they get turned on. They get their rocks off from it. Right? They want to have that attitude with you. They want you to argue with them. You know, they want you to fight with them. You know what I'm saying? They turned on by that, man. It's just, it's weird. It's awkward, you know, and it's perverse, but it's warped. But it's the curse. It's definitely the curse, man. All right. Now, yeah, we're going to keep going, man. Because we fit these curses, man. We are the Israelites. So let's just take our time and let's just go through this, man. Let's go to 64. I be trying not to make the videos so long because, you know, we have trouble editing it and uploading it when it's like really long. But, you know, I'm going to get a better program and fix that problem. So we can rock, man, and really go into great details, man, and elaborate deeply on a lot of these things. All right. We're right here at 64 in chapter 28. And it reads, and Yahweh shall scatter you among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there you shall serve other gods. So this is a prophecy, and that's what we're doing. Our people are serving other gods, which neither you nor your fathers have known, even wood and stone. So our fathers never knew JC. He didn't exist back then. All right. That's why you don't hear his name in the Tanakh. You don't hear his name mentioned in the scriptures of the Old Testament because his name didn't exist. They didn't know him. They didn't need him. Okay. So none of the prophecies is about him. All right. It's all just plagiarism, and these camps are just piggyback riding on a false doctrine that these Christians and Christianity came up with. And all of these bugged out doctrines, these false accusations on the Most High, man, and all of these lies and blasphemy about the Most High, such as, when it speaks of the Most High's arm, that's referring to JC, like the Most High doesn't have arms or something, or like he's crippled, like he never leaves his throne or something. When it speaks of his right hand, it speaks of his power, but us in the knowledge, us that the Most High is really, truly dealing with, we have that understanding, because most people are right-handed. Their power is in their right hand. So, we understand that, but we have to battle with these Christian lights, man. We're battling with them over souls of our people. That's what this is about, man. They're destroying the souls of our people, man. We're like, man, shut the fuck up, man. You're deceiving the people. Like, for real, it gets really irritating and we get really vexed, man, because what is so clear and simple for us to see that it's only Yahweh. He's a jealous God. Do not split up his glory. He said he wouldn't give his glory to another, man. Stop doing that. Stop lying to our people. Stop leading them to an idol, man. Y'all act like y'all can't see what's here, man. Get up out of that New Testament, man. That New Testament is interfering, man. And that's what it was designed to do. To interfere, with your focus. Your focus on Yahweh, man. And on these instructions, these important instructions. All right? These commandments. All right? Not letters. All right? Not a mixed up gospel by unknown writers and none of that, man. All right? Unknown authors, but we know their nation. We don't know exactly the individuals, but we know their nation, though. The Romans. All right, the Edomite Romans. All right. Verse 65, and among these nations shall you find no ease, neither shall the sole of your foot have rest, but Yahweh shall give you there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. A lot of our people are suffering from depression, and they are actually going crazy because we are not living here. We're not living. We're just existing. And while we're just existing, we're suffering something terribly. All right. And a lot of our people complain about gang stalking and just being completely harassed and targeted. All right. Verse 66. And they and thy life shall hang in doubt before you, and you shall fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of your life. All right, because over here in America, um, the lighter your skin is, the straighter your hair is, the more you have confidence in your life, the more you have assurance of your life. All right. The more your hair is woolly, and if you are a Negro, you fear day and night. When you get pulled over from the police, everybody knows that. You get pulled over from the police and you're a Negro, look, you don't know what's going to happen next. All right? Because of these curses. It's the curse. We have non assurance of our life. All right? In the morning, you shall say, would God it were evening. And at evening, you shall say, would God it were morning. For the fear of your heart wherewith you shall fear, and for the sight of your eyes which you shall see. All right, so we so stressed out, we so oppressed that we damn near borderline suicidal, man. We just want this all to be over with. All right. And here's the world's famous Deuteronomy 28:68. And this seals the deal. And Yahweh shall bring you into Egypt again with ships. All right. Now, this is talking about a spiritual Egypt. The scriptures does this. It'll name a place or a country or a city after another city that has the same characteristics. All right. So it'll name a country or a city or place after another country, city, or place that has the same characteristics. All right. So we're going into another Egypt because from Israel to Egypt, real Egypt, literal Egypt, it doesn't require a boat. All right. You can just walk there actually. All right. Or ride a horse or a camel. All right. So, yes, this is talking about spiritual Egypt, which is America. All right. And we're going to get off into that and show that and prove that like we done so many other times. And Yahweh shall bring you into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I speak unto you, you shall see it no more again. All right, because he told us that we wouldn't see Egypt anymore. So he's not talking about that Egypt. You know, he's not talking about that Egypt in Africa. Because he said we wouldn't go back there and see those people no more. All right. And there you shall be sold, this new Egypt. You shall be sold. You shall be sold. You hear that? You shall be sold unto your enemies. So off of those ships, we will be sold to our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. And we were sold to who when we came here to America on slave ships? We were sold to the so-called white man as bondmen and bondwomen from the very top, from the top. And Yahweh shall bring you into Egypt again, into slavery again, with ships. With ships. That was us. All right. not the lie about Native Americans going into slavery on ships and getting shipped to Europe or something like that, man. Like they're over there in the ghettos in Europe, right? Where? Today they should be over there in the ghettos, sagging their pants, right? With their long stringy hair braided down, right? Smoking on a damn blunt, drinking a damn 40 wrapped in a brown paper bag somewhere, man. Where are they at doing that, man? No, that was a lie, man. Don't believe that shit, man. All right. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, which means nobody will redeem us out of this captivity. All right. So the Israelites are definitely Negro, and we see that in scripture. All right. We go to Lamentation 5:10. All right. This is what the Israelites look like. Our skin, this is Lamentations 5:10. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. All right. So black people, so-called black people, are different shades of brown, but in the sun, if we stay in the sun for too long, we get dark, super dark. All right. White people don't get dark. They don't get black. They may get a tan. They may get a little orange. They may get a lot, a lot of redness. All right. But they're not going to be black. All right. Job 30:30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat. So this is all over the scriptures, man. All right. That the Israelites are black. Now we go to Song of Solomon, and we're going to go to chapter 1, verse 5. All right. I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Now, this is one of Solomon's wives, a Shulamite from the tribe of Issachar. What is she saying? I am black. But wait, the camps say that Issachar is Mexicans, but this woman from Issachar is saying, I am black. All right. And it don't mean sad or anything like that. Look what it says. Look not upon me because I am black. Well, why she's black? Because the sun has looked upon me. All right. So we understand that, man, that Negroes are different shades of brown. It can be light brown all the way to really dark brown. But we get in that sun for too long, yeah, we're going to get really dark. We're going to get black. All right. That's our tan. All right. And it's going to take a couple months. It's going to take a winter to get that black up off you, to get back to your original tone and all of that. All right. Jeremiah 14. Let's go to Jeremiah 14:2. Judah Judah mourneth. All right. Now, Jew is short for Judah. All right. So those people that's saying that they are Jewish, that they are the Jews, they have to fit this description. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black. The Jews are black unto the ground. All right. Like dirt. The color of dirt. And the cry of Jerusalem is going up. All right. So you got some people out there, mainly the Jewish people, they'll lie to you and say, well, in Deuteronomy 28, verse 1 through 14, you have the curses. Verse 1 through 14, you have the blessings. And then through 15 through 68, you have the curses. They'll say, well, we're under the blessings. We're under verses 1 through 14. We're under the blessings. The Israelites are under the blessings, not the curse. And to cut that, we go right here, Daniel 9 and 11. And it proves that the Israelites are definitely, indeed, under the curses. Yeah, all Israel have transgressed your law, even by departing, that they may not obey your voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us, all of Israel, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses. The law of Moses, Deuteronomy. We just read that, Deuteronomy 28. The servant of God, because we have sinned against him. So yes, the Israelites are definitely under the curses. All right, verse 12. And he has confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven has it not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem. So what the scriptures is saying is, other things happen. Okay, terrible things happen to other nations. All right, and evils happen to other nations, and other nations go through hardship and oppression, and slavery. But these curses makes it to where it's an extreme evil. All right, it says a great evil. All right, so this is telling you that Israel, Jerusalem, will go through a greater hardship than any other nation. Not saying that other nations don't go through things. All right, so that's what you want to say. Oh, well, other nations was in captivity, so they're Israelites too. No, you can't say that, man. You got to go off the numbers, man. All right, go look at the statistics on all of these curses. And the Israelites, the Negroes, we are far above, in these tragedies, atrocities. We are skyrocketing. We are shooting off the charts in all of these curses, from all of these other nations that claim to be Israelites. And if we are all the same people, shouldn't we all have the same punishment? It shouldn't be a difference between tribes, because we don't find that in the scriptures. We don't find that, oh, Judah is going to go through more than Northern Kingdom for the same sins committed. All right, so Negro, so-called black people, your God is Yahweh and Yahweh only. We are the Israelites. We are to serve Yahweh and Yahweh only. All right. And once we do that, all right, and it is prophesied that we will do that. So these are the times that we are in now, right? Our judgment, our punishment is up, right? And now we're in this progress to where we're coming up out of it, right? Because what did Baruch 2:30 say? In the land of our captivity, we will remember ourselves. And when we remember ourselves, this is what we're doing. Deuteronomy 30:1. And it shall come to pass. It's coming to pass now. We're living this. When all these things are come upon you, the blessings and the curse. Okay. Now, some of our people, have been blessed in the past. And the blessings did come upon Israel during King David and King Solomon's era. All right, the golden era. So the blessings came, and now we are living the curses. All right. The blessings came on them, and now we caught the curses because they fell. All right. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon you, the blessings and the curse, which I have set before you, and you shall call them to mind among all the nations where Yahweh your God has driven you. All right, so we're thinking upon this stuff, man. We're seeing what happened to us, man. We're reading Deuteronomy, man. We're reading it, and we're taking heed to the curses because the curses is for what? Sign and wonder on who Israel is. All right, so we're seeing that we are Israel, right? Because nothing works for us, right? We don't prosper in the things that we are trying to do as far as coming up out of oppression, and fighting for equal rights. Damn, can't even get equal rights, man. Like they say you got equal rights, but we know that it's a lot of discrimination and injustice going on still, right? And shall return unto Yahweh your God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command you this day, you and your children, with all your heart and with all your soul. So return unto Yahweh your God, not through his son. This is a book of prophecy. If that's what we were supposed to do, was to return to Yahweh through his son, then he would have said that. But he says, return to Yahweh your God and obey his voice according to all that I command you this day. Not what the New Testament commands us, but what he commands us here in the law, in this Torah. All right? Us and our children with all our hearts and with all our soul. So teach your children young to love Yahweh and to know that to serve Yahweh, and it's only Yahweh. Okay? That then Yahweh, your God, will turn your captivity and have compassion upon you, and will return and gather you from all the nations where Yahweh your God has scattered you. Only when you return to Yahweh only. That's the only God that is mentioned here that we shall return to, okay? You know what I mean? It's not rocket science, okay? If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from there will Yahweh your God gather you, and from there will he fetch you. And Yahweh your God will bring you into the land which your fathers possessed, and you shall possess it, and he will do you good and multiply you above your fathers. And Yahweh your God will circumcise your heart and the heart of your seed, to love Yahweh your God with all your heart and with all your soul, that you may live. All right. And Yahweh your God will put all these curses, all those curses in Deuteronomy 28, upon your enemies and on them that hate you, which persecuted you. All right, so return back to Yahweh. Yahweh is coming to redeem us, and these curses are going upon our enemies. Who's our enemies? Who did we get sold to when we got up off those slave ships? We got sold to the so-called white man. So these curses are going upon him and all these other nations that had a part in our oppression and had a part in our captivity ruling over us. They are going into chains. The Arabs going into chains. The Native American Indians are going into chains, whether you like it or not. The so-called white man, woman and child, is going into chains. Understand that.